So for this next demo, we're going to take a look at taking our data set, which is composed of MP4 videos, and trying to extract facial characteristics or facial landmarks from these videos in order to detect or classify sarcasm. And the first thing we need to do is we need to take our MP4s and we need to extract those facial landmarks, the 68 facial landmarks from our videos, and put them into a meaningful format. In this case, we're just going to use a CSV file format used for long short-term memory, so LSTM. So let's go ahead and do that right now. As you can see here, we have our MP4s classified by the shows that they were collected from, so Big Bang Theory, Friends, and Golden Girls, and they're already mapped into a normal and sarcasm folders, so that we have our MP4s for every show classified or already pre-dropped into a normal folder and a sarcasm folder. So what we need to do is we need to extract these facial landmarks from these videos, and in order to do that, we're going to run this very simple extract video to frames.sh script. And what it's going to do, it's going to recursively go down the folders within the data directory, and it's going to extract for every MP3. It's going to create a folder and go frame by frame to extract the individual frames within the MP4. So let's go ahead and run this right now. So I've gone through and I've only extracted one of the folders just for time's sake. We've extracted the frames for two videos. So the video that's right down here is 1_80.mp4 and 1_90.mp4. And if we take a look to see what that is in our Finder, you can see we have the original MP4 videos plus the corresponding folder with all of the frames contained within that video. From here, we now need to extract the facial landmark data from each of these frames. And to do this, we're going to use a very simple Python script that's already made available, and that's this frames to CSV .py. So if we go ahead and run this right now, this will loop through the folders within our data, and we'll go ahead and for every image folder that's contained in the subfolder, we're going to go ahead and extract the 68 facial landmarks and put them in order frame by frame within a CSV file. So let's go ahead and run this right now. Now, if we go ahead and open up one of these CSV files, we can take a look at the raw data that's contained within these CSV files. So you can see here, this is just representative data from one of the files. We have the frame ID, which is the first column, then the face ID, and then the label. So what of the 68 points represents on this particular person's face, and then the XY coordinates within the frame itself. And you can see that for every point in frame 1, then you can see frame 2, and so on and so forth. Now that we've extracted all of our landmark data from all of our videos, we move that into our data folder here, and then we can go ahead and train our model. So running Python train bestbuckets.py, we'll go ahead and it will create a machine learning model to detect sarcasm through 68 facial landmark points contained within a video represented by a CSV file. We're not going to do this right now because it would take several hours. It's actually more than 12, depending on the amount of data you're throwing at it. So we're going to use a model that I've already pre-built and that I've made available for download, which is this one right here. It's a safe tensor format, which should work on any platform for inference. So we're going to run python predict.py, which is just our inferencing for our particular model. And we're going to loop in and run all of the test files that we have to test and see how many of these particular videos this particular machine learning model gets correct. And we have a number of videos here. So a large number of them in normal and a large number of them in sarcasm. So let's go ahead and run our inference on our test files here. So you can actually see the results. There are a large number of files here. The accuracy is 78.3%, so very, very high, just based on facial landmarks alone. And you can actually see the per file prediction. Notice that the per file prediction, the confidence score can kind of vary. And again, it's because this is a very difficult problem. You're highly unlikely where you're going to get super, super high confidence in every particular video that you run inference through. But you can see that you have a large number of them coming out correct to the tune of 78.3%. So I hope you enjoyed the demo. Again, this is sarcasm classification through 68-point facial landmarks. And yep, thanks for watching.